Hey, Wookie.
Hey, how you doing, Kevin?
I'm doing good, Wookie. How are you doing?
It's hot. It's damn hot. Really hot. Imagine it's hot and then think it's hotter than that. And that's about how hot it is right now.
I've got a blizzard outside right now. You can have it.
You're pleased to send it straight over here. I'll just pick up that white stuff and just. I just do snow angels right now in my t-shirt and jocks.
Okay, I'm gonna send it right to you. Jeez, jeez. Looks like you have a different background this time. For the last time you had, it was like you had a green screen behind you, and you looked like you were flying in the Millennium Falcon. Last time
Yeah, I know. Me and my daughter were messing around on the phone and we were messing around with those green screen backgrounds, and I
yeah.
forgot to take it off. It's kind of embarrassing. But I mean, the ones you do are way cooler. Like in that film clip you did for that, what song was it?
Yeah, my music video F-22 Raptor. I used
Yeah,
the green
that
actual.
was way cooler than anything I can do. Yeah.
Yeah, and I had an F flying over my head, so that was pretty
Yeah,
cool.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
That was way cooler. Yeah. No, just the
actually,
plain old today.
well, you know what? It kind of reminds me of a Pon-tee visit that I had several years back,
Well,
where
still.
yeah, but it was with PETA once again. From the video, Snap. Yeah, the
Uh-huh.
same guy, PETA. He visited me at my place, but he actually turned himself into a green screen, where he actually changed.
Ah, I've heard of that. Telepathic screening or something like that,
Yeah.
where they tell your brain what to see. How did it? What happened?
Oh, it was incredible. Um, Fasten your seatbelts, Indiana Jones. We go for a ride.
All right, knock my socks off. What happened?
So I was back in my apartment, and I had fallen asleep on the couch, and I'm sleeping on the couch, and then I'm woken up to the sound of 2 feet landing a few feet behind me, or actually just off to the side. And I then realized that I was actually being allowed to be awake when a Pon-tee were visiting. So I was really excited. I kept my eyes closed and I didn't move. And I'm thinking, oh my gosh, they're actually allowing me to be awake while they're visiting. Because normally they don't do
Wow.
that.
Mhm.
And so, because I know that what they told me is that there's normal protocol for them to come through the ceiling and they float down and they land on usually the second floor if the house has 2 floors. That's their standard protocol. Now my apartment is on the third floor, the top floor of the building. So all he had
Uh-huh.
to do was come through the roof and then land onto my place. Then what he did was he walked over to me and with his right arm he put it underneath my neck and with his left arm he tucked it underneath my legs and then he gently picked me up off the couch. Now you have to realize, PETA, he was like the height of my 10-year-old son. And he picked me off the couch like I weighed nothing but a baby. It was like I had
Huh.
no weight. He didn't, it was no effort to him to pick me up off the couch. I'm thinking, my God, how strong is he? I was like,
Hmm.
wow. And then he's holding me in his arms. And I then gave him because I learned this from them when they visited me at the Ozark, and they gave me this telepathic hug of light, this unconditional love, and I decided to give back the telepathic hug of light, my appreciation, and I actually heard him moan. He went like he felt it, and then this is why I know it was a very physical experience because I was slightly in an altered state. I wasn't quite awake, but I wasn't asleep. It was kind of like halfway in between, like an alpha state. I was not
Yeah.
asleep though because my hand actually accidentally dislodged and it actually brushed against his arm. And when it did, I remember very well the texture and temperature of his bodysuit. It felt like cool dolphin skin. That's what his
Like a wetsuit.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah, kind of. But it was more organic feeling. But it felt more like dolphin skin. It was really cool. I'll never forget that. It was, that physical sensation is burned in my mind of what he felt like. And so then he put me down on the ground, and there I'm looking at him, and I was so excited. And he's right there in front of me. He's like 2 feet from my face, and I said, "Oh
yeah,
my God, are you radar?" And I was like,
yeah.
and and, and then he leans over to me and he whispers, "It's PETA." And then I immediately recognized him because he's on the cover of Sue Walker's book, Inviting ET, and he looks
Yeah.
exactly like a portrait to a T. And I'm like, of course you're Pete. I should have recognized you from the very beginning. You look just like your portrait. And you know what? They don't look much different than us. They really don't. I mean, his head really wasn't that much bigger than ours, and his eyes weren't really much. They really were not that much bigger than ours. And and then because I was so excited, I think there's a reason why he did this. All of a sudden, instantaneously, I'm looking at him, and he's a stormtrooper, like from Star Wars. And I'm like, he was like he had changed his appearance to look like a stormtrooper. But what it was actually it was a Halloween costume, stormtrooper costume that my kids had wore about 3 or 4 years prior to that. Like I recognized what he was, but I wasn't quite sure. And it's like, and I'm looking at him, and he's a stormtrooper, and like if he was a green screen. And then the next time I blinked, his body's still a stormtrooper, but now his face looks like an old friend of mine from high school, who I haven't seen for 20 years. And I'm just dumbfounded. Like it was like blink and blink like that. And I'm looking at him, but the funny thing was that he didn't get him quite right, because PETA was still bald all the way up here, like where my hair is, and then my friend had this messy tuft of hair in front of the top of his head, like a really bad mohawk. And I'm trying to hold myself in from laughing, because I was thinking, not quite, PETA. It was a good try, but. And then you know what? You look just like, and I was going to say like my friend from high school, but the next thing I do, I'm opening my eyes and I'm back on the couch. It was like missing time. I went from one state of awake to the next state of awake, opening my eyes back on the couch without a blink of an eye. It was like somebody had cut it and pasted time. I can't even explain it. I don't even know how to explain it. It's just like it was the most bizarre experience I ever had in my life. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like I'm talking 1 second. The next thing I know, I blink, and then I'm back on the couch instantaneously, and he's not there anymore. Like that really completely took me by surprise.
You know what I reckon he was doing? He was showing you what the telepathic screen looks like. He was giving you an experience of it. And then when he was supposed to be cleaning up your memory afterwards, he did a really sloppy job. I mean, he even leant in and went, "It's Peter." He even told you who it was and everything. And then he's like, "Oh, yeah, look, I'm wiping his memory. Just feeling a bit lazy today." You know? And didn't Sue's always said, like they follow the rules, they're just a bit salty at it sometimes. Yeah.
Well, I think the reason why he did that was to calm me down a bit, to kind of reframe me, because I was so excited. And then he decided to do this green screen thing and change his appearance instantaneously. It should have been a charades game, honestly. Stormtrooper, okay.
You know what? Keep that in mind. One day when we meet them, we're going to try and get them to play that game.
Oh, that would be great. We'll do a charades game.
We'll rate them. Yeah, we'll see how good their green screens are. Well, funny bit is they'll have to do them for both of us, and I don't know if it works like that. You know, maybe I'll be sitting there and I'll be like, that's Sleepy the dwarf, and you'll be like, no, it's not. It's like my friend from high school. Jeez, you know. I know, but well, that's definitely something we're gonna have to try. Drinking games.
Drinking games, yeah.
If you can't guess who it is, you've got to take a shot. You know.
You gotta take it.
Yeah. We'll split up into pairs, all right? And you can take Peter, I'll take Radar, and if we can't guess who it is that they're trying to do, then we have to both take a shot. I don't know if they can drink.
I got a feeling that I don't remember much of that night.
One way or another, probably.
Well, I just had to share that story.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Well, I hope.
As I said, like Peter was standing right there. He was like, just a few feet from me. It was so cool actually getting to see him in physical person, and he was a handsome guy. He's a handsome guy, and I was so happy. I was just so happy to see him.
Man, that's it. I'm going to go check out that portrait of Peter. So it's just like that, huh? Wow.
Exactly, just like.
Man, that's a great story. I like that. That's incredible. You know what? We need to find out what he was thinking at the time, and we're lucky because we can ask Sue to contact him.
That'd be a great idea.
Yeah. Tell you what. How about we arrange for us to be able to do a Q&A with Peter?
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Yeah. Hey, let's record that because I reckon that'd be a first on YouTube.
Yeah. Well, you mean like a question and answer from the actual Pon-tee?
Yeah.
Yeah. First for YouTube, man. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's do it, man. Next time, I'll arrange it with Sue.
We'll do it. Sounds good. Cool. I'm all in.
Thanks for the call, man.
Okay, cool, man. And until the next time, I'm going to send you a blizzard.
Oh, please, we need it. My aircon bill is huge now. Until next time, dude.
All right, dude. Catch you later.
See ya.